Hmm. Yeah, so he hasn't wrestled a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, he hasn't had to wrestle a lot. I get it; it's a contract and everything, but man, they really. I know we're supposed to have a short-term memory, but wow, how short do you really want it to be when you strip the title for a guy who can't defend it and give it to a
Well,
guy
he
who
he did defend it
won't defend
at
it?
the pay per view I was at.
Oh, that's right.
I
Night of
Night of
Champions.
Champions. Yes, I was
Yeah.
there and I couldn't even think of it. Uh, yeah. So he defended it there, and then we all thought Rollins was going to cash in, and then he didn't. He pulled back, but so
Yeah. So I'll have a hard. I think this will be the opportunity for Rollins to cash in because tick tick tick, time is running out.
that's the only thing. Like maybe Brock wins at Mania, and then like the next night Rollins cashes in, something like that could happen. Other than that, I do see Reigns winning, and especially because a Reigns versus Rollins uh, main event match, like at the next pay per view, would be pretty awesome. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I could see
I
that.
mean, huge build. You know,
Huge build, but I think I don't know. The only angle he has is the architect right now, and I, I'm getting tired of it personally.
well, I can understand that, but um,
And I guess I'm more mad. I'm more tired of it because Ambrose never got his. He never got his full due.
well, see, it depends on what you're talking about. Like, no, he didn't get pushed to like a title, but damn, he had like one of the best storylines with Bray Wyatt,
Yes, he did.
and that kind of sorted him to kind of the number one guy for a while. Like, maybe maybe it wasn't for the title, but he was kind of the main guy for a period of 2 months because it was two pay per views basically. So, um,
Yeah.
and maybe he wins the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, catch me up with what's been going on there. Are they having a just what a ladder match for it? I know that it's what six guys are up for it. I
Seven,
think
yeah,
seven.
seven.
Okay, and it's just going to be a free for all rumble for it.
Yeah, it'll be a ladder match. They'll hang it up, above the ring. Um, it's very similar to the Money in the Bank match.
Right.
Um, it'll be a very entertaining match. I do feel though like it's copping out on storylines on I love a great one-on-one match. You could have had a great just Dean Ambrose versus Barrett for the Intercontinental title at
Yeah.
WrestleMania, and then you could have done another storyline with Daniel Bryan maybe versus Luke Harper or something. Instead, I feel like they're being very lazy uh, and not giving us a narrative, and just going, well, we got all these great athletes, and we didn't give them a storyline, so we're gonna throw them all in this one match, and then kind of the same thing with the Battle Royal. Like we got all these guys, we don't know what to do with them. We don't want to give them singles matches. Like seriously, like you look at the
Yeah.
older WrestleManias, and it was like top to bottom, great singles matches. And now it's like there's like gonna be four matches. You have the title match, with Brock, the Orton
Mhm.
match, the Rusev and Cena, the Taker and Bray, and then that's it. And then after that, it's all
Hot garbage.
it's a battle royal and a ladder match, a 7-man ladder match. Like I don't know. To me it's kind of being lazy and copping out, but
Oh,
it'll
absolutely.
still be entertaining. But I'd much rather see a really good one-on-one match, even a really good triple threat match, than like with a you know with a good storyline behind it, and they had time to create these storylines, and they just didn't. They chose not to. They chose Barrett to freaking job every week, and guys stealing his belt for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Just kind of catching up on, or seeing what's been happening on Twitter, or seeing the story, the pictures or the promos, whatever, the advertisements from WWE on there. Like, oh, who has the belt this week? I'm kind of like, what? What? Stop it! Just you're not making
Barrett
sense.
is the champion.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't actually had the belt in 2 months because everyone keeps stealing it, and he hasn't had a win in like 3 months because he loses all of his non-title matches for some reason. Like, why did you even make this guy the champ then? Like, if this was your plan, okay, we're gonna give him the title, and then he doesn't win anymore. He's still the champion, but he won't have the belt, and he'll keep losing. Like, who wrote that storyline? It's stupid.
Well, the problem is, I think they have too many. You have 3 guys that are hyper popular right now as faces. You have Ziggler, Bryant, and Ambrose. 3 guys that need that that the crowd wants to push, and they really want to give them that shot. They don't have enough spots to give them that shot, though, because we're kind of stuck with the whole Reigns thing.
You know what I would rather have had? You got 7 guys right there, right?
Yes.
Take one more guy out of the Battle Royal, throw him in there. You have an 8-man tournament for the title at WrestleMania.
Nice. Yeah.
Because then you could set up some really damn good matches. Can you imagine like a second round match with Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler? How much fun would that be?
And that's what everyone wanted for a WrestleMania match or Fastlane match. People were wanting to see that, and I think you would have a lot of people that are split, as opposed to the Reigns and Cena split, where one demographic is saying let's go Cena, and the other demographic says Cena sucks. Yeah, I think you would have a real. I don't want to say a crisis of conscience, but you'd have a real fight as to who's going to get that push and who's going to be that, on the hierarchy of faces, who's going to get that, who's going to, take that step. So, I don't know.
Speaking of, do you do a 1.5 years of build for Rusev to lose at WrestleMania? But then, like, how do you have the number 1 star you've had for the last 15 years lose to a guy who's never held a title? Well, he's got the title now, but like, not a huge superstar. Like, you have him job at Like, I think either way, I like it though, because you don't know who's gonna win now. Like Rusev and Cena to me is like, wow, what? You really can't have Rusev lose. It wouldn't make sense. But I can't see them having Cena lose at the same time, like.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the angle. I'm waiting for what's going to happen. Are we going to see the return of Zeb Coulter and just walk out, say "We the People" and disqualify Cena? I mean, I'm almost thinking, is this the gimmick match? What's going to happen?
I think the gimmick match is Sting versus Triple H.
I think that's gonna be fun, personally.
They can't move anymore.
Well, Undertaker can't move anymore, allegedly. Even though everyone's been saying, "Oh man, he looks great! I saw him at Disneyland." Or we saw a picture. A picture was taken of him in black and white without his face, and saying, "Oh, he's in great shape." I'm like, I can't confirm that that's Undertaker.
So he's like turned into a UFO. Like every picture is grainy and
Blurry.
Like, wait, is that really the Undertaker? It's grainy. Why is it?
When I think maybe 5-6 weeks ago,
they should have like a video of him walking away, like like the Bigfoot in the woods.
Yes.
And then like he just turns, and it should be his full Undertaker garb and like.
We're like, oh, it could be, or it could be Sting in his duster. I don't know. What do you think's going to happen there? Is this the last match for Undertaker?
I hope so.
Me too. Does he go out with a win or
No,
or not?
Bray cannot lose. Bray cannot lose. They can't screw this up. I mean, they can. They can't not screw this up. Like, it would be the worst thing they've done in a long time, and they've done a lot of bad things.
They've had a rough year. They've had a really bad year.
And they did it right at Mania. They did it right at Mania. And they did a lot right at SummerSlam. Everything else has been bad.
Exactly.
Everything in between. Like, hey, you know what we're going to do? Cesaro is going to win the Battle Royal. First ever, right? They'll really put him up there.
And then he won't win another match.
And then he loses until November. And then, we'll feel bad, so we'll give him a tag team partner because he obviously can't be a singles competitor, even though everyone loves him. And then Vince says he's not over the crowd, even though there are sections of every crowd with signs that say the greatest wrestler in the world, and it's referring to Cesaro. That's okay.
Yeah. I see. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to let Undertaker be able to go away and rest in peace, as it were, or if they're really going to finally. I shouldn't say finally, but seemingly. I don't even know if you can even say super legitimize Bray Wyatt. I mean, I know he's a very good wrestler.
Well, and he could really, you could really do the whole, like, how, I don't want to say it, the whole storyline with, they're both kind of creepy and mysterious, and, I mean, you could basically send Undertaker away. You could kind of make it look like Bray is actually killing him
Succeeding.
off, putting him in a casket and rolling him away off the ramp, and you never see Taker again until he's inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2 years. But you know what I mean? Like,
the biggest problem is Paul Bearer died. So not only in 2014 was a rough year because they had injuries in 2015. They've had injuries and Paul Bearer died. Now that would have been a nice little gimmick, but that's just me.
Yeah, for like his last match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been something special. Maybe, I don't know. I think they ruined Kane too much. I was going to say maybe Kane would have something to do with it, but he's too...
Get off my... He's quickly approaching get off my television status.
Well, and they can still... I still say, like, you just get rid of him for 6 months and comes back with the mask on and people love him again, but you've totally destroyed him currently. Like, no one likes him.
Yeah, we did see, or Megan happened to find an article about I think it was a fan site or a non-official media outlet saying the 12 biggest wastes of money in WWE currently. In there was Big Show, Mark Henry, Sheamus, the cast of jobbers, and...
Wait, when is Sheamus coming back? Because I keep seeing promos, but I don't pay attention. It's been coming back for like 2 months now. I'm seeing that.
He's trolling me, seemingly. He keeps threatening to come back. I think he's going to be the eighth entrant into that Intercontinental match.
That would make sense, actually. I like that.
Maybe then they do a tournament. That's fine, but
as long as he's out in the first round. He has to come back. I know they're billing him as a babyface again, but he has to come back heel. Like, how do they not know that he's not over with the crowd?
I don't know.
Like, what do they listen for? Like, I don't get it. Like, no one roots for this guy.
I think Vince is going to those minor road shows on Friday nights and Saturday nights in the cowpoke places, the tertiary markets.
Stay out south. Stay out.
That's reasonable.